Welcome back, YouTube, to another soccer slash football prediction. It's your boy Freddy Da Silva. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe so you won't miss any of your future soccer predictions. All right. Today's video will be for Sunday, March 2nd, and I have an 8-game slate for you guys. I will be doing the English FA Cup, which there'll be 2 games on that. Then I will be doing La Liga, which I have 4 games for that league. And then I will be doing the MLS. That's where Messi's at, and Messi will be playing tomorrow. So, yeah. Um, all right. Well, I hope y'all had a great night because I know I did last night. So, let me give you guys a little recap. But first, I got to talk about it. We got to talk about it, baby. That's right. I hit 100% on my bets, baby. Let's go. 100%. Yes, sir. I'll take that money all day. I said Crystal Palace was going to win. Crystal Palace won. I said Manchester City was going to win. Manchester City hit. Let's go. I said the game for Crystal Palace, I said either Crystal Palace over 1.5 or Millwall 0.5, over 0.5, right? That hit. Then I said total points over 2.5. Well, that hit. I said Crystal Palace was going to win. Well, that hit. I said Wolverhampton and Bournemouth. I said I was not sure who was going to win and said it could be a tie. And guess what happened? It was a tie. I did say it was going to be under 3. And guess what? It was under 3. Manchester City, I said it was going to be under 3.5. I messed up on that one by a point, but we were so close on that. I did say, though, that it was either going to be under total points under 3.5 or Manchester under 3.5 because I was like, there's no way they're going to do over 4 points, right? So, yeah, I guess it was a little bit on the, you know what I mean, team total points under 3.5 for Manchester City. Technically, we hit that, but I didn't push the trigger on that one. I should have, but whatever. Regardless, I still got a dub, right? I said on La Liga, I said Girona was going to do under 2.5. That did not hit. I said, what did I say? I said Rayo Vallecano versus Sevilla was going to be under 2. It was under 2. I said Sevilla was going to at least score a goal. Guess what? They scored a goal. Who else? Oh, yeah. I said Real Madrid and Real Betis was going to be under 3, and it was right on 3. So technically, that's still under 3. I said Atletico Madrid and Athletic Club was going to be under 2.5. Well, it was, I actually said over 2.5, which it was under. I did say Atletico was going to win. They ended up winning. So, I mean, as far as my predictions here for points, bro, I'm like 95%. As far as the win, 100%. I didn't have to bet on every single game. I just went with what I felt was right. You know what I mean? Like, I'm actually happy that Real Madrid didn't win. I know there's going to be a lot of you haters out there that'll be like, this and whatever. I'm a Barca fan. What do you want me to tell you? I didn't want Real Madrid to win. And guess what? They didn't win. So for us, that's a good thing. Now, all we got to do is win and stay on top of the table. But regardless, at the end of the day, I ended up hitting my bets. So I hope you guys hit too. I know this is about soccer / football, but I did do boxing, and I'll let you guys know. And the only reason why I'm letting you guys know is because my one of my homies, he was like, "Hey, you know what? Like, I do boxing. Like, you know, let's do it." And I was like, "Man, like, not that I don't know boxing. I just like, how can I say it? Like, I wasn't 100% sure about this, and I know Tank Davis is really good, and Lamar Roach is really good too. So, I was like, bro, like, if anything, it's gonna be a tie, right? So I went ahead and put a draw on the game or on the fight. You're not gonna believe this. It hit a draw, and I don't even bet on fighting. Really, I don't do boxing, but I ended up doing it, and I hit on that, bro. I could not believe it, and I'll post it up right here. I'll let you guys know right here. I'm not lying. I hit. So basically, yesterday was a good night, regardless of the situation. It was a great night. So I hope you guys made some money too, though. I'm not even playing with you. I hope you guys' weekend is doing real good, and I hope you guys are making money. Anyway, let's get into the predictions. I will be talking about the teams. I will be letting you know if there's any injuries. I'll let you know about the total points, and I'll give you my predictions. So let's get straight into it. Okay. First and foremost, we have Newcastle versus Brighton. On the English Premier League, Newcastle is my team. If you didn't know, now you know. And this is just, I literally just made this my team, and I don't know why. I didn't never really had a team for English League. And I don't know why, like Newcastle, every time I said Newcastle, every time I looked at the team, every time, like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, I felt like that should be my team for some reason, you know what I mean? Like, so I was like, screw it. Why not? If, you know what I mean? But whatever. At the end of the day, I mean, I'm probably just talking all kinds of, you probably don't care, but I'm just being honest, man. I'm being honest. And that's 100%. Like, I am 100%. I'm going to tell you guys all the time, like, straight out. This is what I am. This is how I am. I'm always 100% no matter what. Like, I don't really need to fake that content, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need to fake the content just to get, you know, views and all that BS, whatever. Nah, like, if y'all ride with me, no matter what, I'm telling you, man, like, straight 100%, regardless, no matter situation, win or lose, you know what I mean? So, anyways, I know I got off topic for a little bit, but let's get right into it. So yeah, Newcastle versus Brighton. Straight up the gate, I'll be honest with you. I think Brighton's going to take this one. Even though I'm a Newcastle fan, Brighton is just a better team. Like, for some reason, I don't know why. I just feel like Brighton is the better team here. And I feel like they'll win it. They literally only got one L in their last 5 games. The rest were all wins. As far as Newcastle, they got 3 wins, 2 L's. But here's the thing. Brighton have 6 injured players. Newcastle with only 1 injured player and 3 questionable. So Newcastle is at home. And when they play at home, let me see, the 2 most recent games at home, guess what? They got a dub. And they went against Nottingham and Arsenal, and they got a dub. So, I mean, come on, right? It seems like at home, they're killing it, right? But versus Brighton, they played at home 4 times between these 2 teams. Newcastle has played at home versus Brighton. And at home, out of those 4 times, they've only won twice. They won twice, they tied once, and they lost once. The most recent they did lose. My bad, my English is all stupid right now, but regardless, the most recent they did take an L. But this L was literally back in October 19, 2024. As far as this year, the 2 most recent games at home, dubs. So, regardless of the situation, not because it's my team, it's just I'm going with the stats here. You know, I'm gonna say Newcastle. They're at home. They got the advantage. I feel like they could win this one. But I'm being honest though, like, I think Brighton is the better team here in this situation. The only thing is, due to the injuries, I feel like Newcastle will be able to pull it off. If not, maybe a tie, right? In the last 5 times these 2 gone head to head, they've only tied once. So, as far as a tie, not saying it won't happen. I'm just saying it's going to be almost highly unlikely that it will happen. The most recent game between these 2 was not a tie. Brighton ended up winning 1-0. So, and Newcastle was at home. But I don't know if they had the injuries. I think Newcastle had a couple injuries there. But regardless of the situation, I don't know why. I just feel like Newcastle is going to end up winning this one. Or a tie. Like, I don't know. This is just what I feel. I feel like Newcastle is either going to win it or there's going to be a tie. And the only reason why is because they're at home. And I feel like at home, they're really going to try their best, right? Now, total team or total points is under or over 3. The last 5 times they've gone head to head, they've only been able to go over this twice. As far as 3, they're either under or it's gone over 3 points only twice. And the 2 most recent, it did not. As far as team total points, both are sitting at 1.5. Newcastle has covered this twice and Brighton only once, right? So that one time they covered it, but they were at home. I feel like they're not going to cover this. 4 times they've gone head to head on the road, as far as Brighton, they've not been able to cover this 1.5. So that's one of the reasons why I feel like either Newcastle steps it up and ends up winning 2-1, or it's a tie 1-1. I just don't know how I see Brighton winning this one, even though they did win the most recent, but it was only by 1. So I think the best outcome here would either be total points under 3 or Brighton under 1.5. But I think 1.5 for Brighton is too risky. I think the total points 3 will probably be it. All right. Next on the match, I got Manchester United versus Fulham. Manchester United are at home. All right. As far as the injuries here, we got Manchester United with 9 injured players and 1 questionable. Fulham, 3 injured players and 1 questionable. Total is sitting at 2.5. And the last 5 times these two went at it, as far as them going that over 2.5, they've only been able to do this twice. 2 most recent, it did not go over 2.5. So, sorry about that. Let's see. Manchester at home, 3 most recent times between these 2 teams, it did not. No, 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3, it went over 2.5. As far as Manchester United playing at home versus Fulham. So 2 out of 3 times have gone over. So I feel like this, I mean, I'm already thinking it's going over, right? But this just proved, right, that the chances are really, really high as far as the points going over. When Fulham plays at home, they can't cover this 2.5. So Manchester United at home, they've been able to cover this 2 out of 3. So give me over 2.5, right? And as far as at home, the 3 most recent games Manchester played at home, they ended up winning twice. Most recent, they did win. Now, the most recent game between these 2 teams, Fulham won, and that's only because they were at home. Now, as far as injuries, I mean, I already told you, right? But the reason why I think Fulham will win this one is because Manchester United do have 9 injured players. So that's crazy to me, 9 injured players, right? The most recent game for Manchester United, they ended up winning, which was back in February 26th. Wasn't that far out, right? But regardless, they ended up winning. They did play against IPS Switchtown, which they're not that good of a team right now. Then before that was a draw versus Everton. So, yeah, I don't know how I feel about Manchester United winning this one. I low-key do want them to win, but I just don't see it happening. The 5 most recent games, they only got 2 wins, 2 L's, and 1 draw. Fulham, though, on the other hand, they only got 1 L in their last 5 games, 4 wins. So that's why I feel like they will be able to win this one. And it's, even though Manchester United are at home, I just feel like, I don't know why, I feel like Fulham will be able to win this one. And if not even win it, for sure, it'll go over 2.5. Like, I feel like this could be, even if it's a tie, I feel like it'll be 2-2. But the last 5 most recent games between these 2 teams, they have not been able to tie. So one thing you can guarantee, well, not guarantee, but at least 99.9% it won't be a draw, right? Because the last 5 most recent games from Fulham versus Manchester United, they haven't been tied, right? And in the last 5 games just from Fulham, no draws. Manchester United, on the other hand, they only got 1 draw in their last 5 games. So the chances are really, really low for this game to be a draw. So I don't see this being a draw. Now, as far as a win, I don't know. It just seems like Fulham is the better team right now. So give me Fulham to win and give me over 2.5. Okay, on to the next game. We have, now this is for La Liga. So we have Leganés versus Getafe. Injuries, Leganés have 1 injured player, 2 players with red card. Getafe, only 1 player with red card. Now, the last 5 games from Leganés, not 1 win. They're terrible right now. Even though they're not last place, they're still pretty bad, right? They're like 4th to last. So now, as far as Getafe, they got 2 wins, 2 L's, and 1 draw. Their most recent was an L versus Real Betis, which Real Betis have proved themselves. They've been pretty good. I mean, they just beat Real Madrid, right? So, as far as Getafe, that 0.5, because the team total is sitting at 0.5 for both of them. The total is sitting at 1.5. Between these 2 teams covering that 1.5, they've been able to cover this 5 out of 5, right? So it's gone over 1.5, 5 out of 5. So give me over 1.5 on the total points. And as far as a win here, it seems like Leganés is at home. And the 2 most recent games between these 2 teams going at it, as far as Leganés at home, they've only gotten 1 dub. The other one was the L. So I don't know how I see that. I don't know how I feel about Leganés winning straight up. This could be a tie, but they've only tied once in their last 5 head-to-head, right? It's always been a win. And the most recent game was a draw. And this was the most recent game that was a tie was literally last year. So, this one's a tough one, to be honest with you. As far as the win, this one's a tough one. I can't guarantee you Leganés wins, though. Like, if there is a win here, I see Getafe winning this one. Well, this could be a tie. As far as the points, though, I think that's the best outcome. The best bet here for the outcome will be over 1.5. So, give me over 1.5. And as far as a win, I wouldn't touch it. So, either tie or Getafe. But anyway, on to the next game. My Barcelona, baby. Let's go. We're going to get that dub. We have to get that dub. We're going to come in there with the mentality of like, we need to stay on top of the table, right? So, give me Barca to win. The last 5 most recent game between these 2 teams, Real Sociedad have beaten Barcelona 2 out of their last 5 head-to-head. Barca winning 3. Yeah, Barca winning 3, Real Sociedad winning 2. Their most recent, Real Sociedad did win. So don't sleep on Real Sociedad. They're actually, even though they're not 3rd, 4th, or 5th in the table, they're like somewhere in the middle. Regardless of the situation, they're low-key, like, it just depends on how they're feeling, I guess, right? Because 1 minute they're cold, next minute they're hot. So, as far as injuries, Barcelona only with the 2 injured players. One, I think, is still Ter Stegen. And I think the other one is a defender, if I'm not mistaken. But regardless, they've been with this injury for months already. So they basically got no injuries. Real Sociedad, though, with 3 players with red cards. I don't know if that matters for this one, because I don't know if that's for La Liga, but regardless, as far as Barca at home, because they are at home, the last 3 games they've played between these two teams, as far as Barca being at home, Barca ended up winning 2 out of 3. So give me Barca to win here. And as far as the total, I mean, it's sitting at 3. Total points sitting at 3. They've not been able to go over 3 the last 5 times they've gone head to head. Even though Barca scores a lot between these two teams, when they go at it, it has not gone over 3. So give me under 3 here. Give me under 3, and for a win, give me Barca to win this one. So yeah, that's what I see here. Okay, on to the next game. We have Mallorca versus Alaves. Injuries. Mallorca with 1 injured player, or actually 1 player with a red card and 2 questionable. Alaves, 1 injured player and 2 questionable. The total is sitting at 2. And as far as them going over 2 in the last 5 head-to-head, they've only been able to cover this once. And this once was literally back in 2022. So, let's see. Their most recent game was literally last year in November. So I don't know. It seems like this year, even though they're both pretty bad, Alaves has not gotten a win in their last 5 games, and Mallorca only with 1 win in the last 5 games. So this is a pretty bad team. But as far as Mallorca scoring a goal here, because the team total point is sitting at 0.5. Now, Mallorca, they've covered this 0.5, 3 out of 5. The 3 most recent, they did cover. So it seems like they're basically getting better and getting pretty good at scoring a goal, right? Now, as far as Mallorca allowing their opponents to score, they've allowed this 5 out of 5. As far as Alaves allowing their opponents to score, they've allowed this 5 out of 5. So somebody is going to score here, right? Regardless, somebody's going to score here. Alaves, the last 5 games, for them covering that 0.5, it seems like they've only been able to cover this 2 out of 5 times. So I would not put under 0.5 on Alaves because that's too risky, but I will put Mallorca to at least score a goal. It seems like that's the best outcome here. Plus, Mallorca is at home, so they got that advantage. So, and as far as a win here, I mean, the last 5 head-to-head, they've only tied once in the last 5 head-to-head. So, and as far as a win, Mallorca has been able to win 2 out of 5, Alaves once, and then they got 2 draws in the last 5. So, most recent game, Alaves did 1, but like I said, that was literally last year. So, give me Mallorca to win here. They are at a higher spot in the table as far as Alaves and Mallorca. So give me Mallorca to win here. Now, like I said, this could be a tie, right? But I think the best outcome here would be Mallorca over 0.5. Okay, on to the next game and last game for La Liga. We have Osasuna versus Valencia. Osasuna, 0 injuries. Valencia, 1 injured player. Total is sitting at 2 points. And as far as these two teams going at it head-to-head, they've covered 2 out of 5 times. They've covered this over 2. 2 most recent, they did not. Okay, as far as team total points, Osasuna at 1.5 and Alaves 0.5. The last 5 times they've gone head-to-head, Valencia 0.5. They've been able to cover this 4 out of 5. The most recent they did not, though. Now, as far as Osasuna covering that 1.5, they've only been able to cover this once in the last 5. So I think here, the best outcome here would probably be Valencia to at least score a goal. Because like I said, they've covered this 4 out of 5. Right? Even though the most recent they didn't, I still feel like they could. They only got 1 injured player. So even if Osasuna wins here, I think Valencia could score a goal. The last 5 games just from Valencia, they've covered this 0.5, 1, 2, 3. 3 out of 5. So, I mean, it seems like that's the best bet here because Osasuna, the last 5 games, they've only been able to go over this 1.5 once. So, and I wouldn't put under 1.5 because it would be a little too risky. But 0.5 to Valencia seems like the best idea here. And as far as a win here, I'm going to probably have to say Valencia. And only because the last 2 games from Osasuna at home, because like I said, Osasuna is at home. So Osasuna being at home, playing versus Valencia, they literally took an L both of the times. So give me Valencia to win here, even though they're not favored and they're not at home. Yes, I know it's crazy, but give me Valencia to win here. And as far as points, give me Valencia over 1.5. So, yeah, okay. Now it's the MLS. We got Vancouver versus LA Galaxy. Okay, as far as injuries, we have Vancouver with 2 injured players and LA Galaxy with 3 questionable players. So, as far as the total points is sitting at 3, and the last 5 head-to-head between these two teams, as far as it going over 3, they've been able to cover this 3 out of 5 times. That's pretty crazy, right? 2 most recent games, it did go over 3. Because the injury, well, they're questionable. They're not really injuries. Two injured players for Vancouver, but Vancouver hasn't been all that great. Even though they did win their 2 most recent games, I don't know. I just feel like they're still not all that great. But that's just that's what I think. The last 5 games from Vancouver, they got 3 wins, 2 L's. LA Galaxy, 1 L, 4 wins. So, and I know the most recent game from LA Galaxy was an L, but this is the team, and I feel that LA Galaxy came in too sweaty and just got too comfortable thinking, oh, well, San Diego, they haven't been playing. There's no way they're going to win, and San Diego obviously coming in super strong because it's like, we want to make an impact, right? We're new to this MLS, so we want to make an impact. And they did. They came in here and they ended up winning. Not only they ended up winning, they left LA Galaxy at 0. So, yeah. But as far as a win here, give me LA Galaxy. Even though they're not at home, it seems like LA Galaxy have played on the road before versus Vancouver. And they've played twice between these two, right? And twice, they've only been able to win once, and that was their most recent. So, give me LA Galaxy to win here. And as far as the total points, I think the best idea here would probably be Galaxy over 1.5, just because they've covered this 3 out of 5 times between these two teams. So, 2 most recent times, they did cover that. So, give me over 1.5 as far as Galaxy, and give me Galaxy to win here. That's just literally just what I feel like it's going to happen, right? Yeah, quick second here. Okay. On to the next game. We have Houston Dynamo versus Inter Miami. As far as injuries, Houston only got 2 questionable players. Inter Miami only 0. They got no injured players, right? So, I mean, I don't even know how I have to let you guys know that Inter Miami is going to win. And not just because I'm a Barca fan and Messi played in Barca and, whatever. I just feel like Inter Miami is a better team here, right? I mean, the last 5 games from Houston, only 1 win, 4 L's. And Inter Miami has not been able to take an L in their last 5 games, right? They got 3 wins, 2 draws. And as far as these two teams going at it, they've only gone head-to-head 4 times. And Houston won 3 out of their 5 head-to-head. So, I mean, it does scream you Houston. Don't get me wrong. And they are at home. But at home, yeah, I mean, it seems like they beat them, but I don't think they had Messi at that time because this was back in 2023. I don't think they had Messi at that time. But nothing, even that, I mean, I just don't feel it. I just don't feel that Inter Miami is going to lose against Houston, regardless of the situation. So give me Inter Miami to win. And as far as the total is sitting at 3 between these two teams going at it, it's only been able to go over 3 once. So give me under 3. And as far as the win, give me Inter Miami. Yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for today's guys. I hope the information I gave you, you guys were able to make some money off of that. And most of all, I hope you guys actually enjoyed this video that I created for you guys. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget to comment down below too. Whatever it is that you feel that will be the prediction, according to you, as far as what I've said. Don't feel like you can't, or don't feel free to comment. Feel free to put your predictions. Let me know what you think, and win or lose, I'll give you guys a shout out. Right. But yeah, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys make money, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. Nonetheless, catch you guys on the next video. Deuces.